Hey there, Lurkers. What do you think about X marks the spot? How sweet it isn't Comic-Con 2023 and take me back to the aughts.
Well, that sounds like X is getting it given to them. So, let's lurk! Wow.
Hey, I know you're not feeling well, and we're going to get into our shows.
Please.
But why?
Hurry.
Every week, I put down chess, and you MFers voted for Scott? How dare you? You're no longer Lurkers. You're vicious.
I thought that was like, all right, we're gonna. How can you mess up 2 picks in a row, especially in something where we only had a small subset to choose from? But you picked Twister, which, granted, yes, it's a weird board.
Butts, come on.
I know. I don't get it either. But hey, thank you, Lurkers. I appreciate your love. I don't know why you hate Willy so much, but technically,
hold on.
I'm here.
I know
for
why.
it.
It's because I screwed up my audio. I screwed up real bad.
You did.
I know.
Maybe they couldn't even hear you.
I fixed it, I think. I hope. We'll find out in 30 minutes.
And now we just got to work on your face.
What?
Okay, so welcome back to another game of Subjective. This week's subject is going to be crime shows / dramas. We have a small list of 40 shows that we will pick from, but we're going to pare it down to just 5 teams. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sick. I am, it's not COVID.
We're going to pare it down to 5 winning shows and 5
hopefully
probably winning shows.
We each get 5. And on our socials, you vote and let us know who's got the best team. I have 4 wins in a row. Willy gets to flip a coin, and he either gets the first 2 picks or the last 2 picks, depending on heads or tails. If it lands in the middle, I get to pick both teams.
Okay, if I lose this round...
Do we have to come up with a new game?
No. If I lose this round, you then, Scott, have to pick a show off of this list of 40, and I will watch the first full season and give you a review on the next weekend review.
I hope you like Blue Buds.
Guys, please. What is that? All right, I'm flipping the coin. Tails. All right, that means I get a double final pick.
That means you still get the first pick?
I still get the first pick, but when I get to my 4th, I go twice.
Yes, okay, all right. Here we go.
All right, and with my first pick, crime dramas. Joel, it's crime dramas. True Detective.
True Detective, off the list. That's a great first pick. Nobody is going to fault you. I have to follow it up with what I think is maybe one of the best TV shows of all time. My first pick is The Wire.
Great choice. I'll remove it from my list. I swear if you're looking at my list. Not a show I've watched, but a show everybody loves, and it's gone on forever. Criminal Minds.
Ugh. Tough one to beat there. It's going to be hard to follow up, but I have to do it with something that's been running probably just as long. I'm going Law and Order SVU for my second pick.
In my opinion, Scott, that was the better of the 2. And I want to bring it across the pond. Let's not leave out those lovely Lurkers over in the EU. Sherlock.
Where's that filmed?
It was filmed when it was part of the EU.
Okay,
all right?
all right.
I'm not wrong.
I just want you to make sure.
It's Bunny Cumbuckets stars in Sherlock Holmes.
All right, third pick. You know what I do on the third pick. I go a little wild. I go a little crazy. Nobody's really expecting this one, but I hope y'all like it. Mindhunter as my third pick. If you haven't seen it, holy cow, are you missing out?
I'm going to go hard with my final 2. There's so many shows on this list that I could pick from that I love.
And
but
you're not
I
picking
know
them?
you lurkers. I know the shows you binge. You're all going over to T-Swift and watching the show. So let's start with Bones.
Okay. Bones. Great show.
And we're going to round it out with NCIS.
NCIS. Ah, you know what's funny, Willie? Neither of those shows made my top 10.
What?
So that means I have 2 picks in a row now, right?
No. Yeah. Oh, no.
So, listen, a lot of you folks listen here in the United States, but I do also appreciate our brethren over in the Brexited UK.
No.
Willie and I have a favorite actor for just about every single show that exists. His name?
Idris Elba?
So, with my 4th pick, I'm going Luther. And with
choice.
my final pick, this is just like the other week, you know, where I had to like pick Chuck Norris out of a lineup over Bruce Willis.
And you still won. You still won. Good God.
So I'm going to go with all of the youths and what they're watching these days. And I'm picking You, starring none other than Penn Badgley.
Of course, if we have some Gen Zers, Gen Alphas, they're gonna love You. I wanted to pick 24.
They do love you. They really love you.
But I thought if I picked 24, it would be just as bad as picking like Chuck Norris. I should have done it. I would have won.
I'm surprised
Well, the
you
game
didn't pick...
is.
Oh, go ahead. But I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't pick Dexter. Dexter.
I wanted to. 24 and Dexter, 2 of my favorite shows growing up. I love both of those, but I'm not sure if it's gonna hit. I'm going for the middle ground here.
I hear you.
All right. The game is subjective. You know what to do. Go to our socials. Let us know which one of us won. And if Scott loses, he has to eat a full chocolate bar and record himself for 24 hours. No pain, no gain, buddy.
Oh, please let me win. All right. Speaking of winning, let's start the show by talking about Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what that is. What are you talking about?
Well, I think Twitter.
Can you mark it on this map for me?
Twitter will be revered and remembered as always winning the battle against its current owner, Elon Musk. And so much so that Elon hates how much it has won and has decided to change the name, the brand, the company to his child's name. Just like, what are we doing here, Elon?
Twitter rebranded to X, and now way back when Elon was part of PayPal, he bought the rights to X.com and wanted to rebrand PayPal to X. And you know what they did? They ousted him from PayPal.
Because it was such a dumb idea.
Exactly.
So, as far as I understand, X's plans was to be some sort of centralized hub where you could talk about ideas and do transactions, have a marketplace, kind of be like Facebook. Is this just like Facebook? What version are we on? How many social things have come out? Like 87.0?
What they need is they need to join forces with the other infamous CEO of a social media brand and bring Pez as the CEO of X.
Say that one more time so the people in the back can hear it.
Oh, sorry. Take the CEO of Reddit and make him
Okay.
the leader of the now formerly known Twitter.
X.com already has a CEO, and they laid out all the plans. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at what may or may not be happening on this. Because I read today that whoopsie Zuck, who has already claimed that he's going to own Elon in the ring, technically already owns the copyright to X.com or the brand X. This is a true story. This is going all across the Mastodon-verse today. You might have to give it a quick goog there, but truer words. I'm sorry, Papa Elon.
There's no way, really. Oh God, here it is. First link. Meta already appears to hold the rights to X. It could make Twitter's rebrand complicated.
Yeah, it's a little awkward that they already pushed a new app icon out. Ugh.
You went to TikTok today and obviously saw the rebranded X in the top left corner, but there's still...
Not me.
No? Oh, there's assets everywhere.
I've seen them. I've seen them online. Other people covering them, but yeah. No, I didn't see
You are somebody who likes branding, likes design. So do
Yes.
I. And so I want to present you an alternate logo.
Okay.
I'm scrolling through Twitter today. I'm trying to see what people... Sorry, I'm scrolling through the X gonna give it to you. And...
Did you stop on any of the hashtags? Did you see what was trending?
No, I didn't, because my For You page is pretty well accommodating. I'm not a big Twitter user, so it's pretty well rounded.
Yeah,
but I
mine's
found
all
this
sports.
designer.
Oh,
No sports.
no sports.
Just nudies.
That's X videos was the number one trending thing.
He knows what he's doing. Check out this design, and it's animated, but the version I'm going to show you, Scott, is not. The video viewers get to see it. What do you think of this rebranded X?
Oh, lazy, uninspired.
So the way it animates is it's supposed to look reminiscent of the Twitter bird.
Sure, but Elon wants to kill the bird. He wants to fricassee, put it on a spit, and get it rotisserie going and sell it for $6 at Costco.
Ugh. They would sell it for $2.
Yeah, he'd mark it down just so somebody got rid of it real quick.
Do you think this is a good idea?
I think whatever Elon chooses to do with Twitter right now is a great idea because, like last week, he's fascinated with just digging a hole, and he just keeps going deeper, keeps going deeper, and eventually he's gonna get burned. Now, Elon's saying, no more of that tweet. A lot of candy makers this fall are gonna say, hey, you might have to pay a little bit more for that sweet. Willy, I found out today that sugar is going through something stupid called sugarflation. And
What does that mean?
that means that due to El Nino, or, climate change that everybody seems to be ignoring, there may be less sugarcane available for the other countries to ship or be procured by the United States. And while we may have a ton of candy available this fall for all of the kiddies and way too old teenagers going out trick-or-treating, it might cost 10 to 15% more.
God, do you remember candy bar prices when we were kids?
50 cents? $1 for like a king size? I don't even know what they are now. You're talking to somebody who hasn't had a chocolate bar in 10 years.
That's a bummer. I've got a vending machine at work, and if I buy, say, like a Kit Kat, we're talking $1.70. So we're saying it's going to go to over $2 most likely this holiday.
A Kit Kat? That's 25 cents for one kit? That's ridiculous. So do you feel that this is going to affect your wallet? I mean, like last year, Willie, I had so many kids come to my house for trick-or-treating. I think we had... Yeah, you were there. You saw. We went through 80 king-size candy bars.
Lurkers, what I loved about going over to Scott and his partner's house is your vision.
Yeah.
Your vision was to only offer kids the big ones, the ones that you wish you would have gotten.
Rephrase it.
You wanted to give the kids the big chocolatey logs. Oh, and you did it fast.
I was wrong. We had 80 to begin with. We ran out. I went and got 40 more. We had over 120 kids with full happy bellies, I'm hoping, at the end of the night.
You did what?
You just call me the Candy Man.
Oh, God. Hey, so if you want to steer clear of Scott, he lives in the state of Minnesota, keep a wide berth. Now, maybe we do a little bit of a quiz here, Scott. You did not click on my link, did you?
No.
You liar.
Truth be told, I did not click on the link, but since we share the same source material, as we are the only two people that do the show,
You've seen this.
I saw the story. I just didn't pick it because I thought this was more interesting. When
Okay,
I looked
well,
at the
let
list,
me just share
I looked
a
at
few
the list.
things.
I just know all of the types of candy, but I didn't memorize any state. I literally didn't even memorize our own state, even though it was the first thing I looked at.
Okay, so what we're talking about is Mental Floss has an article that says America's favorite junk food mapped by state. And as you just stare at this, you start to get some weird senses of what's happening in different regions of the United States. I'm going to go out and just give everybody, because I guarantee you Scott read this, the number one most popular junk food candy in the United States is Sour Patch Kids.
It's my wife's favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
When's the last time you had Sour Patch Kids?
Yesterday.
That's not fair. Jesus.
There's no chocolate in it. I technically can have some. So
It's
it's a staple in the household.
Okay, that's fair. Is there a candy that you find your favorite?
Skittles. I taste the rainbow.
All right, buddy. If you're going to find Skittles as the number one most popular candy in a state, how far do you need to go?
Well, let's see here. I'm going to say one state away from the state of Minnesota. That's my guess.
So if you're going to get to any of those other states that you listed, you're going to hit another state. So
That's
two. It's 2 states away.
Oh, okay. Who's my favorite state? Who's my favorite state? Who are you? Who are you?
It's not Chicago.
Chicago's not a state.
Illinois. There was a comma. For editing purposes, that sounded normal, right? Nebraska.
Okay, all right. There's nothing down in Nebraska except Cornhusker football and tasting the rainbow.
The most surprising would be the upper northeast. We're talking Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont.
Connecticut.
What do you think their favorite junk food candy is?
Oh, up there in the east, I would say out in around Boston. Yeah, you probably got some of that Beantown flavor and the good old Charleston Chew.
Ooh, the good old Charleston Chews. Nope. We're not looking at gum.
Necco wafers.
I think this would be close. Animal crackers.
Where's the buzzer sound?
No, hold on. So what Mental Floss didn't do was specify the type of animal crackers. So I'm just going to go out on a limb that this is unfrosted, plain, both sides.
The ones that have slowly lost their sugar taste over the years and now just taste like the cardboard box that they come in. Ugh. Well, speaking of jerkies, did you know Comic-Con was back this year?
I heard we're supposed to boycott that a little bit because of the SAG strike.
Well, a lot of people actually boycotted it, except for the fans. A ton of fans decided to show up, and so the companies, businesses that showcase their wares at Comic-Con still had to come up with something. And we got a lot of fun stuff this year, despite
yeah.
there not being any sort of like Hall H cool actors, writer updates.
There's no Kevin Feige walking
Right.
on stage touting the next superhero.
And thank goodness, right? We kind of get a little bit of a reprieve from having Marvel plunged down our throats again this year.
Maybe this strike is good.
I don't want it.
No more Gwizzies. I don't want it. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is a good reset button for James Gunn, for Kevin Feige, for these superhero movies to just like take a pause.
Yeah. Is there anything that you saw from the show that was especially standout to you, or you were really excited about? Because I've got a couple things I'm jonesing for.
There's a few things that I really want to watch. Number one would be The Continental on Peacock, which
Cannot
is meant
wait.
to follow. It's a John Wick series. It
It's a
sounds
prequel.
awesome.
Yeah. If there's anything I want more in my life, it's more Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
My second number one, or second number. Should have some more water.
Insert crickets chirping.
The second one I'm looking forward to would be the Borderlands Echo Vision, or the Borderlands movie. Didn't they announce that that's coming out?
Next year, August 9th, apparently. I don't know how it's not being affected by all this stuff, but maybe principal shooting is all done and they're not even dealing with actors or writers anymore. But yeah, next year we're going to get a Borderlands movie. And as one of my favorite video games of all time, I'm just happy to hear that it's on track.
Mm-hmm.
This
It's one of the first
Vision-
games you and I played together.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. It's a great time for anybody who hasn't played it. Worth it, 100%. The Echo Vision thing that you're talking about, though, is some sort of interactive website project. Maybe it's going to be... Who knows?
Okay, less excited about that, more excited
Yeah.
about the movie.
Yeah. I was super stoked to see a full trailer of the One Piece live action. Now, Joel...
Yes,
I know
that's
you
my
hate
number
it.
one.
I know you hate it, and you think there's no reason for it to be. We argue about it in real life all the time, but listen, Lurkers, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope is that if you've never seen One Piece, something like this encourages you to go back and watch the original thing that's been going on for 20 years.
The show is really hard to get into because of just how vast the library is.
Oh, yeah. It's intimidating. It's 1,000 episodes long.
But this is something that people have been wanting, and I think they can do it right. I'm going to give a little benefit of the doubt to Netflix. They've been pretty controversial, but they have at least said, when it comes to anime or anime-type shows, we're going to do it right.
Or we're at
And
least
so-
going to swing until we hit something.
Yep. But this seems like a show that they don't want to get wrong, so I'm excited for it. I'm surprised, Scott, that you didn't mention Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Because you didn't give me a chance to, Willy. That was my number one. Thanks for burying the lead or stepping all over it. But in true Star Trek form, tugged on my heartstrings, this week's episode came out 4 or 5 days early. They announced it at Comic-Con saying like, hey, there's this brand new crossover episode that everybody's looking forward to. And guess what? It's online now. Go watch it. It's a crossover episode between Lower Decks, which is their animated show, and Strange New Worlds, which is one of the best Star Treks that you'll ever see. And to say it's delightful, Willy, is an affront to the word delightful. It is so good. There are so many little nuanced things that you get as a fan of both shows that it's one of the few things that made me feel good during my illness this week.
One of these days, I just need to binge Star Trek, at least Strange New Worlds, because this is a show that I haven't watched since probably the 90s.
Dude, I can't hype it enough. There is only goodness coming out of the show. If you've been burned by Discovery because you thought it was too fill in whatever political-based language you want to hear, let me just tell you, check out Strange New Worlds. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just good Star Trek.
I will say, though, Scott, my favorite star-based content, it's not Star Trek.
Alf?
It's Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, yeah. A video game in the Star Wars universe that we all might get to love.
This is the Star Wars game that is really meant to, like, go explore a lot of planets, correct?
Yes. It's made by the company Ubisoft, which a lot of people don't like. But at the end of the day, they kind of put out some bangers.
Yes.
Wildlands, Ghost Recon, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Ghost Recon Wildlands is maybe one of my most played games, except for Destiny. Like, I've played the game twice. Our friend, Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
Did you know, Scott, that back when there wasn't really many games to play, we're not playing Destiny, Ethan and I had a goal to play Wildlands on the hardest difficulty, which means if you die, game over.
Hardcore mode, yeah.
We had a goal to beat the game, beat every story mission. It took 4 months. Because, like, we're adults. We don't have time to just play it every single day.
Oh, okay.
So I would say, of one sitting, it was probably 12 hours of playing the game.
But you eventually accomplished this goal.
Yep.
And did you do it side by side?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So you weren't just, like, couch co-oping like you did back in the day when you were a kid.
I wish we could go back, though. I want to go back to the 2000s.
We have to go back.
Apparently, one of my favorite websites nowadays, BuzzFeed.
Yeah, I don't know what your fetish is with this, but I don't yuck your yum.
I don't know, man. They have what I would consider the most clickbaity titles, and this one was 18 things from the early 2000s that people really, really miss.
You fall for it every time.
So let me give you a few examples, Scott. Just reminisce a little bit with me. For those of you lurkers who were born, I don't know, before Twitter was a thing.
X. Gonna give it to you.
I don't know. Try to play along or go touch grass. Do you remember when eBay was just a place to literally, like, buy and sell goods? Like, it wasn't this BS thing that it is today.
Yes, and I remember there was eBay stores, if you can believe that, folks. Stores! Where you could go drop off your crap, and they would sell it for you on the bay.
This one, I love. I don't want to return to this. This isn't the future that hopefully technology holds for me. But do you remember when you were just so pissed off at somebody, you grabbed your flip phone and went pop, and just the crunch of snapping the phone shut to hang up?
I remember other people doing that. Yeah. None of my phones ever flipped.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Old man moment. I did have a razor. Because it was like the Star Trek communicator.
Of course. Did you make a sound in your head every time?
Yes, I did have that as a ringtone.
Do you miss movie stores like Blockbuster?
Very nostalgic. It was nice to go down and take advantage of their deals where, like, yes, the big hit came out that week, and, you know, they had a whole wall of it. Jurassic Park's
and somehow
out for the very
it was
first
always
time.
sold out.
Yes. But then you could just go and be like, oh, here's all these movies that came out a long time ago. You get to rent 5 of them for $1. And then just binge and watch movies. Man, not having a job was so awesome.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you'd walk into the movie store and be like, put it on this card, and just give them your parents' card and be like, they're never going to see this disc again. What about this? This is something we all love to do. Burning CDs.
It was the mixtape of our generation. And
Now-
who could forget all of those songs that we got legally from buying them from Best Buy?
Oh, no, that's on this list. LimeWire.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, boy, is it on this list. And the screenshot is phenomenal. Just take a look at this in messages. Does this not bring you back?
I didn't think you could take a picture of a virus. But there it is. There it is. Yes. I want it that way. Backstreet Boys, full version. And my computer's infected.
Oh, God. All right.
And I have to reformat.
I know what you were looking at because take a look at this image, Scott. This one says the last leg of actual music videos being played on MTV.
Over.
And I send you this photo.
And over. And over again. It drove me crazy, Willy.
Lotion and lotion and
I just
rubbing.
can't take it anymore.
Okay, so I sent Scott a photo of Britney Spears from the music video Crazy?
Slave.
Strong. Slave. It was Slave. Oh, God. Many lonely nights listening to this music video. But, Scott, look at that. Why is she wearing lingerie on the outside of her what look like leather jeans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not a thing that was ever replicated in the school I went to. Sadly. But hey, everybody's bringing it back, so I don't know. If anybody wants to try that, I guess. Superheroes do that, so it's probably fine. It's all good.
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, on this list is old family members didn't use the internet yet.
I did not live in a household with the internet until I went to college, used the internet, and came back home for college break and said, what are we even doing here? How do we not have the internet, Mom? It's 2000.
But from our childhood, there were two big moments.
This Britney
There
Spears
was
was one of them.
There was Barbies,
Oh.
and there was the Cold War. But that's next episode.
Wait a minute. How old are you?
I don't know. I was told I look young for my age today. That felt nice.
Well, if the Cold War was from your childhood, that's an explosive revelation that we will talk about next week. So stay tuned, lovely lurkers, and thanks for hanging out with us today. Please rate and review wherever you lurk.
We appreciate the love, so remember to be kind to each other, and we'll see you this weekend.